The Philly Sports Unfiltered. Guys, today we're talking some birds and we are talking some Jalen Hurts. I just saw a really interesting report from Derrick Gunn, which basically has said that, according to the reports that he has got, is that the Eagles are not very confident in Jalen Hurts being able to take over and really capturing the team as a starting quarterback. And for me, this article gave me a brief pause because everything that we've heard as fans, everything that we've heard from Nick Sirianni, from fellow players, is that Hurts looks really good so far in this offseason, that he's seen a lot of development, arms looking snappier. He's had better feet. He's throwing with greater anticipation. So we're all expecting very good things. But Derrick Gunn is a really good reporter. He's been in Philly for decades. He has great relationships with a lot of players, with a lot of people within the organization. So when he says something like this, I got to take a moment and I got to at least see what he said. So let's jump straight into what Derrick Gunn reported. So Derrick Gunn was reporting about conversations that he's had with some members of the Eagles regarding, basically the offseason OTAs up until this point. And he said he had a conversation back in May where he was talking about, how is Jalen Hurts' progress? And he said, one person said, look, let me give you a scenario of what he went through in 1 day of practice. It's a 10-day scenario. It's a 10-play scenario. He had 3 picks, 4 completions, and 3 sacks. And this was all in a 10-play series. So D Gunn followed up and said, so what are you thinking? And the answer was, they're like, clear. He's got a way to go. And D Gunn is just saying, look, that's not encouraging when we're all expecting, Jalen Hurts to take a big leap. Now, this was a conversation between Derrick Gunn and Barrett Brooks. Now, Barrett Brooks also jumped in and said that basically he has heard the same thing about Jalen Hurts. Derrick Brooks said, I hate that you told me that, Gunner, and I don't want to believe it, and you just said it verbatim, so I know you're not lying to me. And so D Gunn said, so you heard the same thing? And Brooks said, yes, I did. Now, D Gunn, he goes on to say that, look, he wants Hurts to succeed, more than anybody, because there's a lot of negative narratives out against Hurts, and Hurts has great attitude, great work ethic. And D Gunn, of course, he's an Eagles reporter, but he's also an Eagles fan like the rest of us. And I do believe that he wants Jalen to succeed. So, regardless, it's an interesting report. If there is someone within the Eagles organization that doesn't feel that Hurts is going to be quite ready. Now, A.J. Brown chimed into this conversation. He took to Twitter, and I'm just going to read what he said. A.J. Brown is basically saying it's all BS. A.J. Brown said the practice stuff about Jalen is fake. He said, y'all tweet and believe anything. Like, how can he get sacked on 7-7 and there aren't any rushers? I believe Waters above us, believe that too. Make an article about it. So, he's just basically saying it's BS. We know that A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, they're best friends, they're boys. So, of course, you're going to stick up for your boy if something was really going on. But what are you saying with how can you get sacked on 7-7? I'm guessing for 7-7s, what the person was talking about was maybe a timing sack. I think that what they would do probably on 7-7s is have a clock release time, and if you don't get the ball out before that, before the timer, probably they would consider it a sack within the drill itself, because we know that Jalen had a problem getting the ball out of his hands a little bit too much last year. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that they would have done in a practice situation. So this is overall what the story is. This is what D Gunn and Barrett Brooks are saying. In my opinion, I think they're two well-respected people that are connected with the Eagles organization. So I do put some credence in what they're saying. But at the same time, we heard Nick Sirianni being profusive in his praise. We heard Dallas Goedert, the practices that we were able to watch, we saw a lot of good things from Jalen Hurts. So yeah, you know what? Maybe he did have one really bad practice. Maybe he stunk it up, someday in early May. Who knows when D Gunn actually had this conversation. But I'm really not very concerned about this. And I'm just going to go back to what I've been saying about Jalen Hurts. For me, the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. You look at this man's career in college, he improved every year in every possible way, whether it's completion percentage, going from 62% up to 70%, whether it's passing yards, going from 2,000 to almost 4,000, increasing his average yards per pass from 7 to 11, total touchdowns 23 to 32. He's got better every single year of his career, not only in college, but in the pros as well. We saw the same types of leaps. So everything that we've seen about Jalen Hurts tells us he gets better every single year. He's willing to put in the work. The guy has a great attitude. He's obsessed with football. He takes care of his body. He's a student of the game. There's literally no piece of historical evidence that tells us that Jalen Hurts will not get better. Now, can he get a little bit better timing on his throws? Absolutely. Would I like to see him release the ball about a half second faster? Absolutely. Is there things that he can work on? For sure. We want to see him be more prolific in the passing game, but my level of concern is very low. So what I want to ask you guys is, what is your level of concern with Jalen Hurts after hearing this report? I would say, for me, if I'm being real, my concern is almost nothing. Okay, I'm really not concerned about Jalen Hurts at all. I've been on this channel. I've been saying that I think he's going to have a breakout season. I think he's the Eagles' long-term starter. But if I just have to put a number on it, I will say a 3. Because I do want to see him make a big leap in the passing game. So I do want to see that. So there's some light level of concern, but I feel very confident he's going to be better this year. I feel very confident that he's going to be the Eagles' long-term starter. But what say you? Get at me in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this report? Do you put any credence on it? And what is your level of concern with Jalen Hurts on a scale of 1 to 10? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys are enjoying the content, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that thumbs up like button. And until next time, guys, go Birds.